What's going on, guys? King Strats here, back in the video on the channel, and today this is Wawa. I was just getting some gas and I was like, you know what, I haven't had this place in a minute, so I stopped in and I got two of my favorite sandwiches, and then they had some new wraps that I didn't even know existed, but it was on a little kiosk of dreams that they have, so I'm gonna try that one out as well. Also, of course, got my favorite soup from Wawa, as well as a bag of what has become one of my favorite chips. I remember I got these from a promotion thing from Doritos when people was like, you capping, but they're in like 90% of my videos now, along with like two. This is like ultimate rotational chip. Also got these from H Mart. Late night. Chicken galbi chicken. I've had this before, but I don't remember what it was. Anyway, drop a thumbs up, man. We got some nice stuff to talk about, but let's eat. I'm not wasting y'all time. Ooh, almost forgot. Get in here. Y'all are waiting for a one-liner. I ain't doing it today. Normally I wouldn't start off with something like this, but let's start off with the wrap. The wrap is a honey mustard and hot honey wrap with obviously the breaded chicken and then jalapenos. You can get these custom, or I just built my own, but it's in a big old tortilla. This doesn't really seem like, y'all love wraps. I don't really care for these. The honey mustard hot honey combo, again, this is custom, I made this myself, is hidden in here. It would have hit in a sandwich, but there's wolves working in here. With the spicy from the jalapeno, it's still not worth it. But the combo is crazy in here. I would rather get this exact same combo in a sandwich and get a 6-inch because this costs $7. This cost me $7 and a sandwich cost me $7, and I feel like I can get way more out of it. But if you're gonna get something, try that hot honey and honey mustard combo. That hit him. For real. The wrap, this is a weird one. I'm still gonna give the wrap a 5 out of 10. Which one would you rather get? I just think sandwiches are a better option, but if you're gonna do something with this combo, that combo is a 9 out of 10. Fantastic. Like, I'm gonna eat this. I forgot to put ice in my ice cube tray. It's only had like 3 little funny ice cubes, and I got warm soda and already melted. It's kind of an L. Got the hot Italian. What I mean when I say the hot Italian is you have the option to toast this if you ask them to do it. I like my Italian subs toasted. That's a very not common thing. But other than that, it has light mayo, provolone, salt, pepper, oregano, and then just oil and vinegar. That's what's on here. But I don't know which one looks better. I know this is a very not normal thing to say, but hot Italian subs are underrated to me. I don't know anybody else who really cares for them as much as I do. Most people prefer them cold. But I really like them hot when you get the provolone and melt it. With the toasted bread. You need this. Wawa's chicken corn chowder has been a staple in my Wawa hood for as far back as I can remember. But this one looks like shit. Sorry for cursing. It looked runny. Good job to change the recipe. Oh my god. What is that? Hold on. Pissed me off in the middle of a good sandwich. Hold on. This is, they gave, I either got the booty end of this or what. It's usually much thicker than this. This tastes watered down. Man, that sucks. Normally that for me is an 8.5 out of 10. Right now, that is like a 2.5 out of 10. That is one of the most disappointing things I've had since this one time I went up. And I'm just playing, I don't want to go there. But this right here, that's good. But I'm gonna tell you this. I don't know if it's acquired for me or what, but if you're new to the channel, there's a place here in my area called Rose's that does what's called a cold sub Parmesan. So they make a hero just like this, but they toast it. And it's like my favorite sandwich growing up and even till this day. And it just reminds me of that. That's fantastic, man. Fantastic. Easy 9 for me. But let's get into the you know why I'm here. This is the Shrat sub. This is something that I coined. It's just a breaded chicken strip sub, but I just make some changes to it. So it has the garlic aioli with the hot honey on here. It has hot and sweet peppers on here, pepperoni, provolone, and it's toasted. Pepper, oregano, and Parmesan cheese. I don't put salt on this because with pepper and everything, it's already too salty in my opinion. So you don't have to really add it to that. But you gotta get this toasted. If you don't ask them to toast this, it comes out, see how the cheese is melted and stuff? They come out and like the chicken strip is not what you want. I'll be honest with you, I used to always get the garlic aioli. But because of this wrap, I'm switching to the honey mustard. The honey mustard's gonna be even better. Yeah, I just dipped it in there. But this is my favorite thing there. It only costs like $8. Unless you get like extra cheese and stuff like that, but I don't. Need that. I need that. And these are galbi Doritos. They're Korean. So I got these one time from a company called Bussin' Snacks, but they also have these in my H Mart. It's a chicken flavor. You can see it right over here, and it's like a sweet, not really spicy, but kind of sweet. They do have spicy galbi too, but this is the sweet version. I prefer it a little spicy. Have it. I love these chips. A little bit. A little bit. Do I have any cheese? I hope I got some cheese. That with queso is like my play. But I need to do something. I gotta do this. I broke that the first day I brought it home. I've been trying this on damn near everything. So I know it's probably weird to some of y'all. That would bang in a wrap too. We're not ready for this one though. Subway sweet onion teriyaki sauce. I'm not the biggest fan of Subway, but I used to eat a lot of this back when I liked Subway, which was like probably like, what, like almost 15 years ago at this point. But I wanted to buy this sauce and try it. So I just opened this bad boy up. Let me just drop the strip. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. I just wouldn't go to Subway to get this, but it is pretty good. I'm not mad at this. Subway finally got the hint, and they started selling these sauces. I think they sell them at Walmart. I've only found this one so far, but other people have spotted the other sauces. Just an FYI. I'm sure everybody knows what that tastes like. It's the same sauce they have in the store. It tastes just like it. It's not any different. It's the exact same one. So, they just bottled it and sold it. But this, I'm okay with that. The one thing I know is, a serving of this is 80 calories. Back in the day, Subway used to pawn themselves off as like a health food type of vibe. That's not very good, bro. This is like 20 calories away from mayonnaise. Just thinking out loud, Subway sucks. I had to get up for 1 second because I had to go get this. Somebody said this. I forgot what video it was. I think it was the one where I was with Sam. We had Wendy's, and I was dipping my entire meal. My entire meal, the whole Wendy's meal, the nuggets, all of it in this queso. And they said, Tostitos should sponsor you. You're not wrong. Like, this is not a joke. I go through two or three, I can't even talk. It'd be 2 seasons. 2 or 3 of these in a week. Because I started out, most people know this by now, but some may not. When I first started out making content, I was only on Instagram, and I used to do a lot of things basically like I ate 1 meal a day, and the meal I ate was much larger than the food that you see. It was like there were massive amounts of food. If you go on my Instagram and go down far enough, you can find it. So I used to eat 1 meal, but it was like macro friendly, meaning healthier versions of what you would normally see. So, for example, it would be like cheese fries, but with like fat-free cheese, fat-free sour cream, stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? And from that point, one of my diet cheat codes was this and other brands. So, how I was saying to you before, that 2 tablespoons of this is 80 calories. This cheese sauce, 2 tablespoons is 40 calories. There are some that are as low as 25 per 2 tablespoons, which I would use more. But I love cheese, and it makes anything taste better. So I still use, that's one of the things that I never really got away from, was the cheese. And even though in my regular meal after this, I usually will eat chicken breast, I will get 2 or 3 servings of this, which is, I usually measure out about 150 calories worth of it by weighing it out. And I'll eat this with the chicken, and I'm good. Like, I don't care. You get what I'm saying? So, I just grew to love the taste so much that I eat this all the time. That's why you always see me dipping stuff in cheese. But that's my, like, diet cheat code. My hack. Sometimes I'll just dip it in here like this, but I'm guesstimating at this point. I know that I'll probably have about 6 to 8 tablespoons, so I just enter it in and overestimate. That's what I normally do. Depends on the day. Every once in a while, which is like, it's actually a lot, I get asked a lot of questions about diet. Not just how I eat, but advice. I know a lot of people watch this. Obviously, you like food because you're watching this channel. Me too. Like, I get it. It'd be 2 seasons. I understand that vibe. And a lot of people have messaged me over the years, either, you know, asking for advice or kind of how to get started and stuff like that. I have these conversations every once in a while on this channel, but some of this stuff is information that you probably have heard before. But because there isn't a script, I might not have said it in the way that I've said it this time. So, biggest pieces of advice I can give people that are looking to lose body fat in some way, shape, or form. Number 1, The hidden calories in food will destroy you. If you've been paying attention to like the things that I'm doing 9 times out of 10, I'm constantly looking at nutrition facts and stuff like that, because this kind of stuff is the stuff that will destroy your diet. People only look at the amount of food they eat, but not how many calories are in the amount of food they eat. What I mean when I say that is the hidden calories like condiments, liquid calories, calories that don't make you full are the things that are 1,000 times worse. 1,000 times. Sometimes you'd be surprised how much calories are in some of the food that you might think you're eating healthy, which is why a lot of people that don't understand that will say that they eat clean or well, or they don't eat a lot, but they don't really get why they're not losing weight. There's something more than likely that you're not seeing. Now, there are medical reasons why you may not be losing weight, but those are it's more likely that you're eating more calories than you think. Some people have underlying medical issues, but that's what doctors are for. If this was regular soda, as opposed to Coke Zero, because sometimes I see comments of people when they're like, bro eats all this and then drinks diet soda. Imagine if it didn't. There's 6 servings of 12 ounces in here. 12 ounces is a can of soda. This has 0 calories. A can of regular soda has 130. If this was regular soda, there'd be about 780 calories in this. If you only had 2,500 calories to eat in a day, this wouldn't even be counted towards what you thought you were eating more than likely. So if you had this throughout the day, which I've seen people smash a 2 liter in a day, it happens. You're drinking 1,000 calories, and you're not even full at that point, because by the time you go to the bathroom, you'll be hungry again. Same thing goes for mayonnaise, peanut butter, granola. So many calories and not enough food. So you'd be surprised. Sometimes you guys see like plates of rice and you're like, oh, that's so much rice and carbs make you fat. It's not the carbs, it's the calories. There's a difference between rice or pasta that's plain versus rice or pasta with Alfredo sauce on it or butter, and that's the stuff that gets you. It's not the rice, it's not the pasta, it's the jar of Alfredo or butter that you put on it and cheese. Same thing goes with a sandwich and anything like that. So I tend to stay away from those calorie dense stuff if I can help it. When I'm cooking at home, I don't use butter and things of that nature. Obviously in restaurants, if you're going out to eat, it's hard to equate that. It's easier at places like Wawa to do stuff like this because I'm choosing what goes on each sandwich. That's always a better bet. But if you're just gonna go to a mom and pop and throw mayo and stuff on all over everything, yeah, you're gonna be in trouble. Big time. The other thing is most people aren't really active at all. And you'd be surprised what smallest activities, even like walking, can do for you. You don't have to go on a super intense cardio regimen to get there. You can just walk. Get yourself a tracker like this. This is a Fitbit. People always ask me when we're into watches. This is a calorie tracker. That's all it is. Activity tracker, I should say. So, even if you get either 5,000, 10,000, 15, I usually average between 20 and 25,000 steps in a day on most days. That's 7 days a week. So I know a lot of people wouldn't do that, but if you have a calorie tracker or an activity tracker, you'll be more apt to be like, wow, I really didn't move today. It gives you incentive. It's like Apple Watch with those rings and stuff like that. You'd be surprised. So try to be as active as you possibly can. And what I usually do is I will go out of my way to do things that will make me increase my activity. For example, I stopped at a grocery store today because I had to get food for my dogs. And I always park in the back of the parking lot just so I walk more. Just little things like that because it adds up. That's something I've been doing for years. And last, and this one might be the most important. People need to set realistic goals. Set goals and do things that you can do for the long term instead of staring at a number and fixating on that number. For people who don't know, I've been in the fitness industry for over a decade at this point. I started when I was in college. I worked as a personal trainer and then as an owner of a personal training service, which eventually turned into personal training studios. This is my background. My background is not food. I was an athlete and I was a personal trainer my whole life. But with that being said, the amount of people I have sat down with for nutritional counsel or any kind of workout plan, that the first thing they say when they sit down, other than how much does it cost, is always the first question, is, can I lose 30 pounds in a month? Can I lose 60 pounds in a month? Can I lose... The way that you're doing something, you will end up in a perpetual, forever circle of losing and gaining, losing and gaining. And that's what most people do, because you only lose weight or body fat to lose body fat, not to make a lifestyle change. And there is a huge difference between the two. Most people I know struggled with their weight, myself included over the years. You always do things in the beginning because you're so quick to be so militant about something that you'll start running 5 miles when you first start. You cut out all sugar, cut out all carbs, cut out all fats. You're just eating next to nothing. You're starving yourself. And then some people succeed, which I've done. After a couple of months, you're down a bunch of pant sizes or dress sizes. You're feeling great. And then you slack off and end up right back where you started. Instead of doing things for sustainable results, setting realistic goals where you say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to take 5,000 steps. Or if you already take 5, you're going to say you're going to take 10, or so on. I'm going to cut out this and only have one of these a week or a day, but still not completely cutting it off. Things like that will set you up for the longer term more than anything. But the crash dieting, doing 8 hours of cardio a day, you've got to be a complete maniac to think you're going to be doing that for the rest of your life. Running on that treadmill, all the things like that. It's not going to work. Sustainable results will keep you going for the long term because it's just how you live. It's like brushing your teeth. It's just what you do. I was able to change my physique completely once I realized that I just want to do things that I enjoy doing. I'm crazier than a lot of people because I like discipline. I like structure. I like to do things to have that kind of drive or whatever. I made it my life, like a part of my life. Like, I don't really have an excuse when I own my own training studios and I'm standing in a place with workout equipment. Like, I got to use it. I can get in there on a weekend. I can get in there on Thanksgiving. I can get in there on Easter because I'm the one with the key. So I wanted to set my life up that way. But most people, if you commit to working out 3 times a week, work out 3 times a week. Forever. If that's what you're committing to, but don't bite off more than you can chew because you'll end up caving. And I remember one time, the first time I tried to really diet, I just got out of college. I was still eating like an athlete, but I wasn't an athlete anymore. And I gained so much weight so fast that I freaked out. And I was like, I'm not going to eat nothing. Like, legitimately, I was just eating like egg whites, chicken, like maybe broccoli every once in a while. And barely that much. Like, I was severely crash dieting. I did it for about 2 or 3 weeks, and I started to notice changes. And then one day, this is so sad, I remember I was living with my ex at the time, and we went to a convenience store, and we bought like 10 pints of Ben & Jerry's. She did it with me. We bought like 10 pints of Ben & Jerry's, and we smashed them all, and I've never felt so disgusting and sick in my life. And I was just like, that's the byproduct of it. You'll end up sitting there and eating 10 sandwiches or looking forward to cheat days and stuff like that. I've always said this, I don't believe in cheat days. I think you should be structuring the things you want within your diet. Don't fixate on, oh, it's Friday, now I can eat. Eventually, Friday will turn into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then 7 days a week. It's almost foolproof. That's why people are always doing that. So, again, I'm not trying to sit here and act like I know everything, but this actually is my field. I'm more of an expert in that, like, because it's my job. So, What I'm saying are things that most people that have a fitness type of lifestyle will tell you things very similar. There are people who are everyday fitness, which is more of my forte now. And then there's people who are athletes or bodybuilders, which is a completely different. Most of us are not that. And you can't try to emulate that type of lifestyle because that's a job. Bodybuilders, their job is to be disciplined. Their job is to work out every day. Their job is to do cardio every day. They have to do that. But if you don't have to do it, you probably won't. You get what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say about it, man. Wawa is always a W. And I'm surprised how good that honey mustard hot honey combo is. Strat sub coming soon because I gotta fix it. I gotta do something with that. We'll be back tomorrow. More content, man. The hand signs. They made it to YouTube.